Hello and welcome to my first anime review. The anime we will be reviewing is BTOOOM, an anime about people who get stuck on an island, like Lost, except they have to kill each other with bombs. That's the basic synopsis of the series. A little bit more plot analysis would be that the story starts off with Ryuta. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Anyway, Ryuta is a NEET. He's a shut-in. He doesn't go to school. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't really have any friends. He's 22, and all he does is he plays video games in his mom's apartment. However, he's really good at these video games. In fact, he is the top 10 person in the world and the best player in Japan. So, one day, he's just sitting there playing his game, and then a flash of light, and he's hanging from a tree in the middle of a forest. Now, after he gets oriented, and he gets down from the tree, he realizes he has this sack, or he has two sacks. One is a white case that's around his thigh, and then the other one is just a plastic bag with some food that he got from a grocery store prior from getting to the island. So, as you could tell, it wasn't just like a jump from him playing video games to ending up on the island. It was like sort of amnesia that took place, so he forgot how he did get to the island. Anyway, that night, he's sitting on the beach, and he opens up the white case that's around his thigh, and he finds 8 bombs, just like the bombs that you would find in BTOOOM. And so he presses the button, and then a countdown starts, and it goes from 10, and it's going all the way down to 0, and then it explodes when it gets to 0, obviously. So this is the first time he realizes that he has bombs. And then another person on the beach is walking towards him, and Ryuta is standing up, and he's like, "Hey, over here," sort of trying to remember how he got to the island. But then that player starts throwing bombs at him. So, after an epic battle scene with Ryuta and this guy, Ryuta learns that they're on an island, and that island is to recreate the game of BTOOOM in real life. So, that's as far as I go with the plot without giving any spoilers away. Anyway, let's talk about some characters. First character I already talked about, which is Ryuta. So let's talk about the next one he meets, which is Himiko. Himiko is this girl who has a very tragic backstory. Stuff has happened to her since she's gotten to the island. Stuff happened to her before she got to the island. It's just, things did not line up right for this girl. So that makes her very off-putting. She wants to kill all the guys she meets. And by the end of the series, she does warm up to the main character. She's your average tsundere. The next character that I'll be talking about is Taria. I think that's how you pronounce it, Taria. Anyway, he's like this middle-aged lawyer. Well, he's not a lawyer, he's just some guy in an office. And he starts out as a cool character, him like showing his intellect and how smart he is. But without giving too much away, it just seems that in the second, well, really, after you get a third way through the series, he just starts acting like a 5-year-old, like thinking that Rita abandons him when he walks out the front door for 10 seconds. Which really put me off at the character. And then the stuff that happens to him in the last episode is just, it was just, you just have to watch it. So those are really the three main protagonists. As far as my favorite character in the series, there is one character very early on. This isn't really giving anything away, but he's this 14-year-old kid. And this kid is a crazy psychopath. When we were first introduced to him, in the first 10 seconds, it's just, this kid is messed up. Severely messed up. And his dad is really no better. In fact, he's worse. But I liked the character just because he was so psychotic, and because of his bomb type that he had. That was a pretty cool character. So, as my overall recommendation for the series, I would definitely recommend the majority of people to watch it. Maybe not people who haven't watched an anime before, but if you have watched some anime and you want to look for something new, exciting, fresh, BTOOOM is a great place to look. I'm not sure if we're going to get another season of BTOOOM. The reason being is that the way that the BTOOOM season ended is that it ended on a cliffhanger. However, at the very end of the last episode, they put a little sequence in to where if they didn't have another season, you know what would have happened. So, it's not like if they don't make another season, it's gonna be horrible. No. They cover the ground to make sure that if they didn't get another season, that it would end alright. So those are my overall thoughts on BTOOOM. If you guys would like to recommend an anime to me next to review, I was thinking about doing Fate Zero. I'm not sure if that's something that would interest me, but I heard it was very good. So, see you guys later. Welcome back, everyone. I didn't think that I would be doing a little afterwards section for this review, but I realized that I missed something in my review, which would be the cons of BTOOOM. I really only have one main con with the series, and it's a pretty annoying con. It's the fact that a lot of the people, especially the main character, have God mode hacks. There are clearly situations that we see where someone dies, and it's from a simple explosion. And we think, okay, so that's about the bar set for how easy it is to kill people. And then without giving too much away, spoiler-wise, the main character, it felt, just took 20 bombs to the face and didn't even get a scratch. I mean, during the final fight, there was one scene where, it just seemed like during the final fight, all the characters had God mode hacks on and couldn't die. Which I felt was pretty annoying. But even with that flaw, I still find it an incredibly enjoyable series. I still recommend it to the majority of people. So, see you guys later.